Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Sheldon High School as we finish out today's Roseburg basketball doubleheader. The girls' game has gone final. The boys' game is coming up next for us here as the Roseburg and Sheldon boys get ready to square off in the conference opener for the Roseburg Indians. Joey Kieran here with you. Roseburg girls falling 56-18 in their contest. And now the boys will look to see if we can get one win against the Irish while we're up here for this Saturday. Quick programming reminder for those maybe tuning in on the radio. It is halftime right now in our first NFL playoff game of the day. Right now the Cincinnati Bengals winning against the Tennessee Titans 9-6. Coming up tonight is the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. And we are expecting to be able to get done with our game in time to get you to the coverage of that one here in just a little bit, as that one's expected to kick off at that one kicking off at 5:15, and we are expecting to be able to get done with the boys' game in time to be able to get you to the kickoff for the Niners and the Packers. So stick around for us. We'll have that for you when we get done. So, stay tuned for that coming up here after Roseburg boys. So, coming up, Roseburg is their season opener, or conference opener, I should say, for the Roseburg boys, as they are taking on the Sheldon Irish. Sheldon, the Irish had their league opener against the Grants Pass Cavemen and losing in that one by 3, 56-53. The final score in that one, Grants Pass, that is a league opener. The game was played 8 days ago for the Sheldon Irish. So it was a little while ago that they played that game. Both teams a little bit of layoff time here. For the Roseburg boys, 23 days off, as we mentioned. Their last game, a 59-50 loss against South Salem back on December 30th in the Abbeys Classic in Medford. So it's been forever ago. That game was tied at 43-all at the end of the third quarter, but South Salem got to the free throw line quite a bit in the fourth quarter to pull away for that win. So the Roseburg boys, they've had plenty of time off. And since the last time I saw them, which was a win against McNary ages ago, the third win of the season, or second win at the time of the season for Roseburg. They've actually added some players on the varsity roster since then, including senior Carson Six, who is returning from an injury. Six was thought to maybe be out for the season, but comes back and is getting into the lineup here. And we'll see what he has for us. As far as I know, he's only played in one game as far as I know, so we'll see if that... I see him suited up. He's warming up out there. Excited to see him back. He has been a guy that has dealt with a ton of injuries, and it's been a shame to see. But Carson Six in there on the lineup, and also bringing up freshman Owen Bentia, joining the varsity roster. Got into the last game for Roseburg against South Salem. But that is a couple of new players on this roster for Roseburg. We'll see how that does there. Roseburg averaging 52.1 points a game, giving up 58.7. On the other side, Sheldon is 50.2 points a game, scoring and allowing 57. Roseburg's season high is 74. Their season low scoring, 27. Sheldon on the other side, 62. Their season high, season low of 37. Coming up, this will be the first of probably a busy month and a half to finish out the season for Roseburg, as long as they want to get all of their games in. Roseburg obviously missing a few. My guess is really the only game that they will end up trying to make up will be their conference game against South Medford, which has been rescheduled for February 1st. So it's been a little while. Last game in that Abbeys Classic in December, 23 days since Roseburg has played. Some of that due to their own COVID pause, some of that due to other teams on pauses. They were scheduled to take on Tigard. Tigard has, I know that their athletics, Tigard and Tualatin, their athletic teams were on pause as the district shut things down for extracurricular activities, going to comprehensive distance learning. So that game had gotten canceled. They were scheduled to take on Willamette as well, but then Willamette found out that they were going into quarantine just before that game on Thursday. So it's been a while for the Roseburg boys. Meanwhile, Sheldon, 4-8 on the year for the Sheldon Irish. They've lost their last 2. They are 1-4 in their last 5. And Sheldon is 0-1 coming off of that 3-point loss against Grants Pass. It's kind of interesting here. And in the interview I did with Chad Smith before the girls' game, which unfortunately for some reason we didn't get a chance to play for you. I had some technical difficulties with that one. But the interview I did with Chad Smith, I asked him about not playing the Eugene schools last year. They got some basketball games in last year for boys and girls, but Roseburg played teams south of Roseburg. Sheldon was part of the Eugene contingent up here. They all kind of just played against each other for the Eugene and Springfield area schools. So it's been a while since Roseburg has taken on Sheldon in basketball. In fact, the last time that Roseburg and Sheldon played against each other was almost 2 years ago. It was on Valentine's Day of 2020 that Roseburg and Sheldon last played against each other. It has been nearly 2 years. Kind of crazy to think there. Real quick, a recap of the JV game for the boys. Roseburg boys JV ran away with it at the end, winning 65-56. That game played a little while ago. And a recap, if you might be just joining us, the Roseburg girls before us falling against Sheldon 56-18. Roseburg High Sports here on the radio is presented by our friends at Flyway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans, located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or call them at 672-5701. Also want to say thanks to Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Obviously getting a little bit of a later start here as the JV game went a little long. The girls game wrapping up just at around 3 o'clock, and now we are getting a little bit of a later start, but we are just about ready to go for the boys game. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, it should be time to announce our starting lineups in this one. So we'll have that for you. We get ready to go. It's Roseburg boys basketball taking on the Sheldon Irish when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
And we welcome you back to Sheldon High School, where the Roseburg boys will get ready to take on the Sheldon Irish. Joey Kieran here with you from Eugene, and we appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us for the broadcast here of Roseburg boys basketball. Great to finally be back on the air with the boys here with you on this Saturday. Roseburg starting lineup put together by head coach Jordan Humphreys in his third year. The Indians 3-8 on the season. It'll be senior Colton Marsters averaging 9.8 points, getting a start, along with Carter Stedman, the junior, averaging 4.7. Averaging 5.9 points a game, Ben Pike, a senior for Roseburg. Boston Williams, a junior guard, averaging 5.4. And rounding out the starting five will be senior Danil Olsen, averaging 8.3 points a game. On the other side for the Sheldon Irish, led by head coach Eric Orton in his third year, 4-8 for the Irish, 0-1 in conference play. Starting five will be a guard at 5'9", a senior Nate Cochler, and then you've got another senior, a 6'2" wing, Derek Frey. A sophomore at 5'9", a guard, Landon Bryant, will start, along with Luke Layton, a 6'5" junior forward. And then rounding out the starting five will be Rocco Graziano, a freshman guard at 6'1". And that is your starting five for the Sheldon Irish. We get ready to go in our matchup. Roseburg in the black and orange and Sheldon in the white as we get ready for tip-off here from Sheldon High School. Today's game is brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. And by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? The tip is won by Luke Layton into the backcourt. Sheldon will have it as they bring it up right to left on your radio dial. Landon Bryant out at the top, pass it near side. With it is Graziano. Graziano left side, the freshman, back out to the top, to the far side for Cochler. He takes a three, a deep three for Nate Cochler. He buries it in, and Sheldon Cochler will start out with the three to give Sheldon the lead to start. Carter Stedman will bring it through the middle for Roseburg. Gets it to Olsen. Hands it off to Williams. Williams to the free throw line. Drives in. A runner is off the mark. Too strong. Rebound pulled down by the Irish. They'll quickly move up the floor. Left side. Cochler this time a three. Short. Grazes the iron. Rebound pulled down by Roseburg. Marsters brings it up the floor. Right side to Williams at the wing. Picks up the dribble, gets it to Stedman at the top as Roseburg will set up the half-court offense. Opening minute of the ball game. 3-0 Sheldon on the left side. Williams backs it into the corner, out to Pike. Pike gets it to Marsters out near the center circle. Right side, Stedman fakes left, went right, traveled. Turns the ball over. So it'll be Sheldon basketball. Frey will inbound up the floor on the left side with it, Graziano. Gets it back at the left wing. He'll try a three. It's good. And a pair of threes to start out the ball game for Sheldon. Graziano has him out to a 6-point lead, 6-0. Stedman out at the top, marked by Cochler. Gets it to Pike out at the left wing. Hands it off to Marsters. A lot of pressure here from Sheldon. Marsters driving in, got to the rim, hung up there, but his shot clanks off the glass. No good. 6:22 and counting. Sheldon up the floor quickly. Cochler on the far side. That is Bryant. Landon Bryant tries a deep three. Nobody underneath the rebound as he misses that one off the back iron. Roseburg quickly up the floor. Williams backs it out. Olsen on the right side of the lane at the top of the arc. To the right side. Williams will try the three. Rattles around. Doesn't want to fall. Pike underneath. Got the rebound. Got his shot blocked. A chance now for Marsters. Misses everything, but the rebound comes down to Williams. Williams had that three almost all the way down. A good job on the offensive glass by Pike, but he couldn't get a shot. A long two here from Olsen, and Danil Olsen will get Roseburg on the board. 6-2 your score, 5:37 and counting first period. Cochler with it at the top. The senior, one dribble, pass away left side, gets it back. Right side, Bryant. Pass to the far side, down underneath. The big man, Layton. They work it around the baseline. Graziano gets it, and out to the top for Sheldon. Bryant, back to Cochler. Left side, Graziano. A lot of quick passing here from Sheldon as they work against this zone from Roseburg. Far side, Bryant, one dribble, back out. Cochler Squaring up a three now, Graziano. That shot no good. Rebound, tipped around, loose ball. Stays with Sheldon. It's Frey, and Frey called for a travel in the middle. So it'll be Roseburg basketball, full length of the floor to go here. Opening period of the ball game. 4:59 to go. Sheldon leading 6-2. Sheldon putting up a lot of three-point attempts so far. They are 2 for 5 from behind the arc so far. Ball poked out of the hands by from Stedman. Stedman gonna get it on a nifty give and go, but a swat from the backside by Cochler. Stedman got it to the far side to Pike. Pike to Olsen at the free throw line, and then Olsen found the cutting Stedman. It was pretty passing. Unfortunately, great defense there as Cochler gets the block. Inbound from the baseline. Olsen gets it to Pike. Out to the top to Williams. Oh, he had Olsen open for a minute in the middle. Doesn't do it. In the corner, Stedman a three. Misses everything. Tip out. Last touch by Sheldon. Carter Stedman missing on his first 2 attempts so far. Roseburg trailing 6-2, 4:34 and counting here in this first period. Inbound from the corner. Olsen will get it into Pike. Sheldon, some tight man-to-man defense. They have been very active. Stedman calling for some offense here, trying to get it to Olsen underneath, and he can't quite get the position. Pike driving in, gets it back to Stedman on the right side. Out to the top, deep three by Williams. Right iron, no good. Fight underneath, rebound, pulled in, and an open man, Olsen can't get it. Stedman came away with the rebound, but then Roseburg couldn't get the point-blank shot, although from an awkward angle for Olsen. 3 from the corner, off by Cochler, and Roseburg down with it. Marsters out in transition. He'll put it through with a two-handed jam. And Marsters gets his first point. Roseburg trails by 2, 6-4. 3:48 and counting here in the first quarter. Out at the top, Bryant. Pass right side. Cochler looked up that three. He squares it up, but doesn't take it. Graziano will, and he'll answer on the other side. Rocco Graziano is 2 for 3 from behind the arc, and now a steal by Graziano on the outlet by Sheldon. 9-4 your score. A 3 by Cochler is good. It's been all threes here in the first quarter. 12-4, 8-point lead for Sheldon, and a timeout taken by Roseburg. We'll take a 30-second timeout as the Indians trail by 8 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
3:22 to go here in the first quarter. 12-4 your score. Sheldon in front of Roseburg. Out of the Roseburg timeout. They will turn it over. It was supposed to be a give and go with Olsen and turned over in the backcourt. And 2 points there for Owen Kramer, who has come into the game for Sheldon as the Irish put on a full court press. Pike will come to get it. Roseburg's got to get it across the timeline quick, and they will not. 10-second count. Three minutes and counting here in the first period, 14-4. 10-point lead for Sheldon. Their defense doing the work. In the middle, Marsters got airborne. No, the foul was on the ground, is in the middle. And as Luke Layton, he was working against Colton Marsters, got him in the air, drew the foul, but Marsters committing the foul before the shot got up. Pass the right side, Sheldon with it. In the corner, Kramer. Dribbles out to the top. Layton hands it off to Bryant. Bryant gets it to the top to Joey Rubino, who has checked into the game. Feeds it underneath to Layton, and Layton will dribble his way in and stretches it out to a 12-point lead. Roseburg got work to do here, trailing 16-4. 2:28 and counting. Olsen fakes the handoff to Stedman. Pass to the middle to Pike. Give and go. And a lay-in attempt by Olsen rolls off the left iron, draws the whistle. The first team foul against Sheldon. Both teams with one. That it goes against Graziano, his first. It is a shooting foul. Danil Olsen goes to the line. Roseburg basketball brought to you by Chuck Sorman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Barnes Heating and by Dr. Lanson Randall. They're accepting new patients, so call them at 541-378-6694. Marshers will check out as Micah Mendoza comes in for the first time. Olsen hit the first free throw. Second one, no good. Hard off the back iron. Rebound, though, pulled down by Boston Williams. Olsen going to drive, pass tipped, gets to Pike. Pike, baseball pass out to the top to Stedman. Stedman, Pike, get it to Mendoza. Mendoza into the game, averaging 9.5 points. Feeds Olsen on a three. Looked a bit flat. The rebound saved back in by Pike, but it goes to Sheldon. Quickly up the floor for the Irish. Bryant with it on the right side. He'll dribble left hand all the way to the near side. Back to the right. Out to the top, Layton. Gets it to Kramer. Into the corner. The give and go. And a foul. Boston Williams tried to get in there to tip away the pass. Gets whistled for the foul, I do believe. Williams will pick up his first. Second team foul against Roseburg. Sheldon will inbound from their own baseline. Goes to Graziano. Bryant gets it out between the circles. Dribbles to the left side of the floor. Shimmy shake. Drives baseline. Skip pass along the baseline. Out to the top. Kramer for three. And the long distance shot is falling for the Irish. Owen Kramer has 5 off the bench. And it is 19-5. 14-point lead for Sheldon. And some of the rust showing maybe here for Roseburg. Haven't played in 23 days. Driving along the far sideline. Stedman gets to the baseline, reverts back out. Pike's going to take a three. The rainbow shot doesn't fall. Rebound pulled down by Rubino. Up the floor, far side, Kramer. Fakes right, goes left around a screen. Rubino lobs it to the corner to Bryant. Bryant drives the free throw line, pass across the floor. Another three from Kramer, and it's another three that falls for the Irish. 22-5. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a Sheldon fan here tonight. 35 seconds and counting. Roseburg trailing by 17. They have not been able to get much going offensively. Mendoza trying to change that. He's got a left-handed runner in the lane, and Micah Mendoza off the bench gets his first points. 22-7. 20 seconds to play here in the first period. Across the timeline, Bryant letting the clock run down. 14 seconds. Will dribble right side, pass it to Kramer, who's hit 2 threes off the bench. He's got 8 total here in the first. Bryant into the corner. Graziano's got a couple of threes. Wants another. No good. Rebound. And underneath, Layton was in there along with Roseburg. I didn't see. I think it was Olsen that was underneath. The whistle stops play. It's Rubino. Joey Rubino that gets called for the foul. 1.4 seconds to go. And Roseburg's going to let the time tick off. Into the first quarter, it is 22-7. Sheldon in front of Roseburg. We'll take make it a 60-second timeout and be back here from Sheldon High School on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Joey Kieran with The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We're bringing you more local sports content as we change up our weekday sports lineup. We've got the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano, noon to 3 every weekday. And then from 4 to 6, it's the James Crepia Show. More local sports talk here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Start the second quarter. Roseburg trailing 22-7. They start with the basketball moving left to right. Marsters, Wilder, Olsen, Vredenberg, and Mendoza on the floor for Roseburg. Vredenberg will get it, driving into the corner here on the near side. And double dribble called. Thought maybe it had gotten stripped out of his hands for a second, and that's why I think the delayed whistle, but they end up calling a double dribble. Turnover by Roseburg on the opening possession of the second quarter. They trail 22-7 against the Sheldon Irish. Sheldon moving right to left, pass left side, a three, clanks off, no good for Zach Stapleton, his first attempt. Only one 2-point shot made in that first quarter for Sheldon, the rest coming on threes. They made 6 in the first. Mendoza going to get called for a travel. He wanted the spin move, got hung up by the defense, and did not get the ball away in time as he came back down after the spin move. Turnover back-to-back for Roseburg. 7:23 here in the second period. 22-7 the score in favor of the Irish. Owen Kramer will get it to Cockler. He drives in at the free throw line. The jump stop, shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Olsen. Out at the top, Marsters. Going to drive left hand at the elbow, pass into the corner. Olsen, head fake, gets it to Wilder, an open look from 15 feet. Jace Wilder off the bench gets a quick 2. Roseburg back within 13. Trailed by 17 there in that first quarter. With it, Frey to the left side. Stapleton across the perimeter into the corner. Cockler with it. Out to the top, gets a screen. Frey, left side. Stapleton up to the top, jump stop at the free throw line. Shot rattles around and falls through, and this Irish team can shoot. Got everybody contributing. Quickly on the other direction, a pass by Mendoza goes out of bounds and went through the hands of Olsen, who wasn't necessarily expecting the pass, and a turnover by Roseburg. 24-9 your score in favor of Sheldon with 6:27 to go. Let's make it 6:21. Rubino comes out of the game for Sheldon. Luke Layton back in for the Irish. Kramer gets it at the top. Hand off to him. Now passes out. Cockler a 3. No good. Underneath, Olsen pulls it down. Roseburg will get the stop. Needing to get some points on the other side. They've missed a lot of shots and a number of turnovers. Mendoza gets it on the left side. Tries to pass it back after the screen to Wilder. Wilder looking to the top. Will get it to Olsen. Olsen. Right side to Marsters. Calling for it was Wilder. Marsters gets it. Spin move. Got to the rim and gets swatted across the face. He'll draw the foul. Couldn't get the shot to fall. And Colton Marsters will go to the free throw line. Roseburg 1 for 2 from the line so far in the ballgame. 3 fouls against Sheldon so far here in the first half. 2 against Roseburg. First foul against Zach Stapleton in the ballgame as Marsters hits the front end of this one. 24-10. Olsen will come out of the game. And Carson Six in for the first time in the ball game. The senior checking in for the other senior, Olsen, who takes a seat for the first time. Second free throw, Marsters flushes it through, hits them both. Gets Roseburg to 11 points and back within 13. Need to get on a run before halftime. Cockler brings it up right side, hands it off to Stapleton. Dribbles left hand out to the top. Frey looking for that backside cutter across the baseline, and out to get it is Cockler. Out to the top to Graziano. Pass away to right side. Driving to the free throw line. Frey, jump stop out to Cockler. Left corner. And Graziano will bring it back out to the right side now from the wing. Stapleton to the free throw line. Back out to the far side of the floor. They just keep working through the half-court set here for the Irish. A lot of cutters moving its direction. Crossover dribble. Frey drives in, knocks a defender to the floor. Pass out to Stapleton, who rattles through a 3. 27-11. Back to a 16-point margin. The 3 ball just killing Roseburg here in the ballgame. Vredenberg drives right side. Extra defender comes to help. Out to Wilder, who will take the three. Back iron, no good. Rebound is pulled down, and a travel by Frey. Got caught in the defense, and Frey will turn it over. Roseburg will get a break there with 4:44 to go here in the first half. Inbound for 6. Gets it into Wilder, out to Mendoza. Out the right wing, he'll drive and a foul away from the basketball. It's going to go against Sheldon. 4th team foul against the Irish. Cockler will pick up his first. Roseburg stacks it up. Inbound goes to Vredenberg, catch and shoot, and he's no good from 12 feet out. Rebound quickly down to the Irish, and they move it up the floor. Bryant left side. Cockler will pick it up at the left side of the top of the arc. Gets it right side to Frey, spin move, pass out. Bryant on a 3, short, rebound down to Marsters. 0 for 2 from behind the arc for Landon Bryant. Vredenberg, crossover, goes left side, going to attack, puts up the shot, and it hits both sides of the iron before it ricochets out. Does get the whistle, but he can't get the three-point chance here. Vredenberg, the sophomore, will go to the free throw line to cut into this deficit. Roseburg down by 16. Every time they seem to make a run, there's a 3 on the other side for Sheldon. The Irish with 7 threes so far in this first half. Vredenberg misses the front end of his 2 free throws coming up. Ben Pike will check in for Jace Wilder. Cockler will check out of the game. I think Graziano came back in for him. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Empty trip to the free throw line for Vredenberg. Rebound was pulled down by 6, but now his pass stolen away. Frey up the floor, lays it in. Derek Frey gets his first 2. 29-11 your score in favor of the Irish by 18, their largest margin. Driving in, a wild shot, air ball by Marsters. It lands right in the hands of Carson Six, who lays it in. Roseburg gets a much-needed basket there, back to a 16-point game, 29-13 with 3:42 to go here in the first half. In the corner, Kramer with it. Out to the top to Bryant, pass it. Open look at a 3 by Graziano. It's off the mark. Rebound weak side, though, pulled down by Rubino. And a second look for the Irish. Got to imagine their shots may not continue to fall from behind the arc, but you got to do better with the rebounding. A jab step, pump fake, and a turnaround shot by Frey off the mark. Roseburg will push it up the floor. Going with the Euro step. Mendoza fights off the defense and lays it in. Back to a 14-point game, 29-15. And a ball tipped, and it'll go to Roseburg. Mendoza putting the pressure on, and that ball tipped out of bounds. That'll force a timeout taken by Sheldon. The Irish will take a 60-second timeout. Let's go ahead and take 30 seconds here. Roseburg is trailing by 14, trying to make a run here in the second quarter on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Here in the second quarter, with 3:03 to go, it is 29-15. Sheldon in front of Roseburg. Joey Kieran here with you from Eugene. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Stay with us. Coming up at halftime, we'll run through our stats from the first half of this ball game. and get you all caught up with how the first half played out. Roseburg trying to make a run to see if they can get it close, maybe back down to single digits before the halftime break. Marsters, Mendoza, 6, Olsen, and Pike on the floor. Mendoza driving left side, out to Pike at the top. Olsen gets it, looking underneath the 6, not quite there. Back to the left side to Mendoza. Quick pass intended for 6. 6 wasn't quite set in the left block, and the pass, a laser by Mendoza, goes right out of bounds. Bryant will bring it up for Sheldon. They lead by 14. Been hitting a ton of threes in this one. Layton has it with it on the right side. Dumps it over the top of the defense. Bryant gets to the rim, and Landon Bryant will finish his first 2 of the night. 31-15 your score. Try to find Marsters underneath. Nice pass by 6. But didn't quite work out for Roseburg underneath. The defense making that difficult for Marsters as he made that catch. He made a behind-the-back pass out to the top that Mendoza tracked down. And an illegal screen going to be called against Ben Pike, I believe. Pike will pick up his first. So Roseburg picks up another foul. First for Pike. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Bryant has it to Rubino. Mendoza tips the long pass away. Doesn't have the numbers. And offensive. And now in some pain is Mendoza. Mendoza lost the handle on the basketball as he went up, and I think just tried to do something with it. Gets called for the offensive. Went down and might have hit his elbow or his knees. Kind of seemed to be in all sorts of pain. Mendoza will pick up the foul. That's his first. Nice defensive play, but got out of control on the offensive side. Mendoza marking now against Bryant, who works his way back to his right, out to the top. They work it around the perimeter. Give and go for Layton. The pass off the mark. Saved back inbound by Olsen, and Sheldon's able to keep it. Bryant to Kramer. Goes left, had the ball poked away, and it goes to Roseburg. Mendoza, the quick hands to poke it out of the hands of Kramer, who couldn't get it back, and it goes out. Substitution, Boston Williams back in for Roseburg. And heading to the bench will go Carson 6. (31-15) the score here in the second quarter with Sheldon in front. 125. And counting. Roseburg breaks the press. Mendoza. And it's a blocking foul this time. He tried to Euro step around Luke Layton. Layton will pick up the foul. And that's the first for Layton, and it is a shooting foul for Micah Mendoza. Mendoza, the left-handed shooter, misses on the front end. Layton will check out of the game. Derek Frey back in. Roseburg High Sports on the score, brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions. For home theater and automotive audio, you can feel it at Good Vibes. 1-2 at the line for Mendoza. 15-point game, 31-16. Minute 15 and counting. Bryant into the half court, left side to Graziano. Working against Williams. Drives with the left hand. Redirected back out. Sheldon will work it around the perimeter to the far side of the floor. A screen. Bryant gets free. Pass away to Frey. Left side, Kramer. Out to the top. A lot of movement in this offense for the Irish. Left side, thought about a 3. Head fake, driving in. Bryant gets into the middle, kicks back out to Graziano. Graziano steps inside for a long 2, and he's off the mark. Roseburg trying to work it up the floor quickly, and almost a travel there. Hot potato by the Irish as they pick off the long pass down the floor. Bryant cut off by Marsters, reverts back out, goes to the free throw line, jump stop in the lane, let the defense clear, and Landon Bryant gets a runner in the middle for 2. Up the floor quickly, Roseburg. Mendoza on the other side, breaking out in front for 2. 33-18 your score. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. And they'll slow it down. Sheldon will try for the last shot. Mendoza marking against Bryant. Pass it away right side. Kramer zips it to Rubino. Hands it off to Bryant. Bryant into the corner. Gets it to Graziano. Into the lane. Jump stop shot. No good. Olsen skies for the rebound. And that will be the end of the first half of this one. At the halftime break, it's 33-18. And Sheldon in front big. Roseburg needing a big second half to get themselves back in to this one. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, your halftime show. This is Joey Kieran here with you from Sheldon High School. The Irish leading the Roseburg boys 33-18 at the break on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Welcome you back here at halftime. Roseburg and Sheldon squaring off. Conference opener for the Roseburg Indians. But at the break, they trail against Sheldon 33-18. There's a 22-7 lead for Sheldon in the first half, or in the first quarter. In that first quarter, they hit 6 3-pointers against Roseburg. They added one more in the second quarter. But Roseburg keeping things even with Sheldon in the second, as they would score 11 points to Sheldon's 11 points. And that has Roseburg still down by 15 here as we go to the halftime break. 33-18 your score. 3-point shooting, Sheldon has been lights out for Roseburg. They have made no 3-pointers. Roseburg in the first half is 4 of 6 from make it 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Sheldon has not tried a free throw in the ball game. So it was a very heavy 3-point contest for Sheldon early on. Again, they have 7. Let's double check here. 2, 4, 6, 7 3-pointers made. Roseburg was 0, and that has really been the difference in this one, as Sheldon has been hitting from behind the arc at an extremely high rate. They started to hit from inside the arc a little bit more in the second quarter. Had only had 1 2-point shot made after the first quarter and 6 3-pointers. It was quite the showcase early on for the Irish. They lead 33-18 here at the halftime break. When we come back, we'll take a look at your first half scoring statistics for both teams. Stick around for the post-game show when we name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Back after a 2-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Here at the halftime break, it is Sheldon 33, Roseburg 18 as the teams come out of the locker room getting ready for the second half. Let's take a look at individual scoring, starting with the Roseburg Indians, the visiting team. Leading the way with 7 points off the bench is Micah Mendoza, 5 points in the second quarter for him. 4 points for Colton Marsters. 3 points for Daniil Olson. 2 points for Jace Wilder and for Carson 6. On the other side, leading the way with 8 points is Owen Kramer off the bench, scoring all 8 in the first period. 5 points for Zach Stapleton, 6 points for Nate Kunkler, 6 points for Rocco Graziano, 4 points for Landon Bryant, 2 points for Derek Frey, 2 points for Luke Layton. And that is your scores from the first half of this one. Roseburg is trailing by 15, 33-18. Going to have their work cut out for them in the second half. Today's game has been brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Homes, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by Flyway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans at 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Give them a call at 672-5701. Before we take our final break of the halftime show, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on The Score. With our halftime score, 33-18. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back with the second half after this on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Getting ready for the third quarter here from Sheldon High School in Eugene. Conference opener for Roseburg. Sheldon already one game under their belt, trying to get their first conference win. The Irish at 4-8 on the season, 0-1 in conference, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Roseburg trying to end a 2-game losing skid, trying to get to a 4th win on the season and their first win in conference play. Joey Keyran here with you as we get ready for the second half. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for Roseburg basketball on the Score here today and streaming online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. If you are watching on YouTube or you didn't know that we stream our games on YouTube, we encourage you to head there and hit the subscribe button so that you can follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the rest of the high school season. You hit the subscribe button and the little bell that gives you the notifications. You'll get alerts when Roseburg High, or when we're broadcasting live, and that's usually when we're doing Roseburg High Sports. Second half going to get underway. Sheldon will start with the basketball. The Irish moving left to right on your radio dial in the home white jerseys. Landon Bryant bounce pass down to the baseline, a pass into the middle by Kokler, and they find Luke Layton for 2. And a quick 2 for the Irish as they're back out in front by 17. Their largest lead was 18 in the first half. Danil Olsen pass baseline to Pike. Pike jump stop left side of the lane, gets the defender in the air, but his shot doesn't fall. The rebound tipped out to the top, and it's pulled in by Sheldon. Pike, nice move, but just couldn't get it to fall. Frey to Kokler on the far side, driving baseline in the middle, skip pass out to the top, a long 3 by Bryant, and it's nothing but nylon. And the hot shooting for Sheldon continues to start the second half. 38-18, a 20-point lead, largest of the game for Sheldon, and a foul called as Colton Marsters brings the ball up the floor. Marsters, Stedman, Olsen, Pike, and Williams, your starting 5 on the floor for Roseburg. Bryant, Graziano, Frey, Layton, and Kokler out there on the floor for Sheldon. Inbound goes to Stedman at the last second. Pike enters down into Olsen, back out to Pike. Head fake, gonna drive, and a whistle. Blocking fouls. The shot won't go for Pike. Sheldon's head coach, Eric Orton, off the bench with his hands up, wondering how that was a charging foul. Ben Pike's gonna go to the free throw line for the first time tonight, trying to get Roseburg their first points of the second half. Trailing by 20. And the first free throw for Pike does not go through. 5-0 run to start the third quarter for the Irish. Second free throw off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Bryant. He'll pass it up the floor, and Marsters will tip it out of bounds. Stop the attack by the Irish, and Roseburg will get the chance to set up the offense or the defense in the half court. Graziano will inbound from the near side. The freshman will get it into Frey at the top of the key. Works it into Layton. Layton driving in. Out to Kokler. Head fake by Frey. Jump stop in the lane. Got the defense in the air. Looked like maybe a chance at a block shot from behind by Danil Olsen, but the official says he got a little bit of the arm as well. Olsen will pick up his first. And that is the first for Roseburg here in the second half. A free throw off the mark by Derek Frey. First free throw attempt of the game for Sheldon there. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but not at Roseburg Honda. They treat you like family because they are family. Second free throw is good for Frey. 1-2 from the line. 21-point game. Largest of the day for Sheldon. 39-18, 6:43 and counting. Stedman into the half court. Double team came. They get it to Marsters. Makes the extra pass to Pike in the middle. Goes up, and he gets it to go through with the rainbow shot. Ben Pike, first points of the game for him. 39-20. Frey, left side. Kokler gets it. Out to the top, Frey. From Bryant, nearly traveled. Got the pass away just in time. Frey, left side. Kokler will get a screen. Goes around it. Near side, Bryant will take the screen from Layton. No give and go there. Or pick and roll, I should say. Layton, underhand pass. Bryant's going to take a deep three. It looks short for a second, but nope. Right on target. Landon Bryant gets his second three of the third quarter. 42-20. 3 on the other side, and able to answer is Boston Williams, who gets his first points of the game. 42-23. Roseburg needed that 3, first one of the game for them. Kokler's going to try and drain it on the other side. It hits the wire on the basket as it bounces off the back iron, and Roseburg will get it on the team rebound. Full court press again here from the Irish, leading by 19. Marsters tried to pass it back to Olsen. Ball kicked out of bounds, and we'll redo it. Olsen inbounding. Full length of the floor to go for Roseburg. Marsters gets it, steps around the defender, will race it up the floor, gets it to Williams. Williams takes the 3, it rattles off the iron. Pike had the offensive board, but his putback was short. Up the floor comes Sheldon. Bryant redirected from the right side, goes back out to the top. They'll work it around to the left side. Kokler with it, bounces it. Layton gets it to the right side at the wing. Graziano. Now they feed it in the middle. Layton, jump stop, off the glass. Olsen rips down the rebound. Marsters, head fake, crossover dribble. Graziano stays in front of him. Olsen fakes the 3, goes in. So much defense. There we go. They'll call the foul. At first, I almost thought a technical foul was being called, but the official pointing to the wrist that's where Olsen got hit. The official out at the top might have been waiting to see if a whistle was coming from one of the officials closer to the action. Olsen squeezing through all the defense, took a lot of contact there. I was surprised the whistle didn't come sooner. Danil Olsen will try to get points at the line, and he hits the first free throw. (42-24), 4:51 and counting. Layton will take a seat, so does Kokler. Kramer into the game for Sheldon. 2-2 from the line for Danil Olsen. Frey, Bryant, Rubino, Kramer, and Graziano on the floor for Sheldon. The Irish leading 42-25. 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. Bryant driving, left blocks, gets cut off, out to the top to Kramer. Hands it off to Frey. Left-handed dribble to the top of the arc. Gets it to Bryant. Bryant around the screen, goes left. He's hit a couple of big threes here in the period. Wants it back. Will get it on the left side, working against Olsen. Crossover, going to drive to the free throw line, out to Frey. Launches the 3, looks short. Rebound pulled down by Marsters. Up the floor comes Roseburg quickly. Marsters right to the rim. The finger roll doesn't drop in. Pike with the rebound out to the top. A 3 for Olsen, no good. And rebound comes down to Roseburg. They get a third look. Olsen looked like he took some contact on that 3 attempt, and now Roseburg turns it over in the middle. Sheldon up the floor. Graziano out to Kramer. Wide open look for a 3. Back iron, just a bit long with the arc. Rebound pulled down by Olsen. Stedman will bring it across. Out of the top, Williams. Left side. Looking for the backdoor cutter to Olsen. Fed it to him somehow. He puts up a wild shot from right underneath the basket. Bad angle for Danil Olsen. And Sheldon comes away with the stop. Up to the top, Frey. Pass into the corner. Head fake, Rubino driving. Baseline, skip pass. Out to the top, another look at a 3 for Kramer. You can't keep leaving him open out there. His third 3 of the ball game. 45-25, back to a 20-point lead for the Irish. They just have been draining shots. 3 of them here in the third quarter already. That makes 10 in the ball game for the Irish from behind the arc. Out between the circles, Williams holds, working against Kramer, dribbling to his left, trying to get it to Olsen, who spots up on the blocks. Driving in, he goes with the hook shot. Danil Olsen with the right hand. The hook shot falls, 45-27. Into the half court for Bryant. Crossover back to his right. Lost a handle for a moment. Ball tipped around. Tipped, stayed back in bounds, stays with the Irish. Graziano out to the top. Frey. The delay step, drives in. Makes a quick short, low pass. Out to Bryant. Bryant back to Frey in the corner. Launches the 3. Rebound pulled down by Bryant. Finds the cutter. Frey back to the rim. And Derek Frey will get it on the assist by Landon Bryant. 47-27. Stays at a 20-point game. Left side, Marsters. Driving left side, things open up, and he gets to the rim and is able to Just roll it over. Marsters another 2. 47-29. Bryant into the corner for Kramer. Working against Marsters. Handoff, Graziano. Crossover, nearly lost his footing. Will pass it away. Sheldon keeps it. Kramer out at the top with it. Minute 40 to go in the third quarter. Crossover left side, kick into the corner. Graziano 3. Another one. Third 3 of the game for Rocco Graziano, 50-29. Roseburg is trading 2s for 3s with Sheldon. Is driving again. Marsters to the rim. Will not get the shot to fall, but goes to the line where he is 2 for 2. 1:25 to play here in the third quarter. 11 three-pointers in this ball game for Sheldon. Roseburg with 1. Marsters misses the front end of his free throws. Roseburg basketball brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. .125 to go. Marsters missing the second one. Whistle, though. And they'll redo it. Lane violation. So the second free throw again. Marsters will get it. 3 of 4 from the line for Marsters. 20-point game, 50-30. Handoff, right side, Kramer out to the top. Back to Kokler on the right side, who has re-entered the game. Also into the game, Zach Stapleton. He gets it in the corner, another 3. No good. Roseburg pushing it up the floor, but skying in. Oh, that's a travel. Stapleton wanted to try and collect the basketball and pass it away, but in the backcourt, he could have probably just kept using his dribble, but he travels there. .102 to play in the third. Roseburg trailing by 20. Sheldon stretching their lead by 5 here in the third. Mendoza has come into the game. He'll try a straightaway 3. It's just a bit short off the front iron. Rebound pulled down by the Irish in transition. Ball got loose, got to Layton. Layton found the edge, and he gets right to the rim to finish for 2. Luke Layton stretches it back to the largest lead for the Irish at 22. Marsters going to try the 3 from straight away. He's got it. And a much-needed 3 for Roseburg. Gets it back to a 19-point game, 52-33. Working against Stedman in the backcourt. Kokler brings it up on the right side. Out to the top, left side. That pass was tipped by Mendoza, but it does get to Layton. Layton gets it back to Kokler at the top. With it, Rubino between the circles, right side. Head fake. Kramer driving in to Stapleton in the corner. 5 seconds to play in the first half. A rainbow 3 from Kokler, pulled down by Marsters, and that is the end of the third period. 52-33. Roseburg trailing by 19 as we take a 60-second break. Come back with the fourth quarter. Roseburg needing a huge one as we come back to finish out this game on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
8 minutes on the board for Roseburg as they try to fight their way back into this one. Sheldon, 19 points in that third quarter to Roseburg's 15. Micah Mendoza will have it as Roseburg starts with the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. Marster's going to try a deep three, but he could not get it to go. Rebound to Friedenberg. He finds an open Carson 6 for 2. And Roseburg will get the first points of the fourth quarter, back to a 17-point game. Pass far side, intended for Rubino. Roseburg with Fullerton on the floor for the first time. But a full court press is not going to work as Owen Kramer will get open for a 2. Pressure out at the midcourt stripe. That is Fullerton. I was saying Marsters. Fullerton was handling the basketball, found an open Carson 6 on the baseline, and 6 draws a foul. So you've got Stedman, Fullerton, 6, Mendoza, and Friedenberg on the floor. Only starter out there for Roseburg is Stedman. At the free throw line will go Carson 6 for 2 shots. 6 hits the first. Bryant, Layton, Cockler, Rubino, and Kramer on the floor for Sheldon. Second free throw no good for 6. And 6 steals the outlet pass after the rebound. Fullerton tries a 3, and Hunter Fullerton in the game for the first time here in the fourth quarter hits a 3. Roseburg trailing 54-39. 15-point game, closest it's been in a while for the Tribe. Bryant to Cockler here on the near side, working against Mendoza, bounces it away to Rubino, to the far side to Bryant. Looks for that backside cutter along the baseline, not there. Kramer out at the top, straightaway 3, back iron, rebound pulled down by Mendoza. Roseburg will push it up the floor. Driving it quickly was Fullerton, lost it. The ball will go to Sheldon, is trying to save it in bounds with 6. Derek Frey will come back into the game. That was the first miss on a 3 by Owen Kramer on that last miss by Sheldon. 6:40 here in the fourth quarter. 15-point game. Roseburg applying the pressure in the backcourt. Frey and Bryant playing a little two-man weave. Pass tipped. Bryant will get it and does get it across the timeline in 10 seconds. Cockler will try a 3. Wild-looking shot tipped, and it stays with Sheldon. That one did not come out of the hands quite right there for Cockler. That one had some sideways spin on it. So ricocheted off the iron and off of Carson 6 last touch as he was battling with Layton for the inbound. Lob towards the rim, and they're going to take out Luke Layton. They tried to go. That's an inbound play that we've seen Roseburg run in the past with 6'7" Jonathan Stone back in the day. They tried to run it there with 6'5" Luke Layton. He got up there. They ran it pretty well, and Roseburg, all they could really do was foul to keep it from being successful. First foul against Carter Stedman. Free throw goes through for Layton. Just the second time to the free throw line for Sheldon in the ballgame. Both free throws go through for Layton. 56-39 your score. 6:20 to play. Roseburg's this 15-point game was the closest they've had it in a while, and they just really can't seem to stop Sheldon, even when they make a run. Fullerton, baseline jumper, pulls up and sinks it. Quick 2 there, and Roseburg again back to the full court pressure. 15-point game. Pass up the floor, got it to Kramer in the half court at the free throw line. Out to Bryant for a 3. No good. Roseburg gets a stop up the floor. Mendoza, that one, doesn't go. But Mendoza steals it away. Gets another look. He gets the third try finally. Mendoza, 3 looks and finally gets one to fall. Back to a 13-point game. 5.5 to go here. Bryant with it. Roseburg needs Sheldon to, a couple of misses here. Or some steals. The Irish, with no shot clock, no need to rush anything here. They'll work through their offense. Cockler with it out at the top, bounces it to Layton. Layton looks for the pass, the cutter to Kramer. Kramer's pass stolen away by Mendoza. Roseburg needed that. Mendoza's going to push it up the floor. Gets it to 6. 6 finds Stedman underneath, couple of fakes. A lot of pressure on him, and now he passes it to Vredenberg. Vredenberg hits the shot. Roseburg's bench trying to call for the and one in the continuation, but Vredenberg won't get credit for that. It is a foul. Let's update our team fouls here. Roseburg with 2 team fouls, Sheldon with 6, and it is timeout taken by the Sheldon Irish. Let's take a 30-second break as we get to the crunch time in our ball game here. Roseburg making an attempt to come back, trailing 56-43 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Sports fans, it's Joey Kieran with the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We're bringing you more local sports content as we change up our weekday sports lineup. We've got the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano, noon to 3 every weekday, and then from 4 to 6 is the James Crepia Show. More local sports talk here on Douglas County's home for sports, the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
It was a 30 break. .5:03 to go in our ball game. Roseburg trailing 56-43 in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. They've hit the 2-minute warning. Our game tied at 16-all. Tennessee and Cincinnati. The Titans with the football at the 2-minute warning in a tie ball game. We'll keep our fingers crossed here that the boys in blue pull that one out. The Tennessee Titans, my team. We'll be taking you to Niners and Packers once Roseburg basketball finishes up here on the score. Pass out to the top. Roseburg with the basketball out of the timeout. Fullerton drills another one. He's come off the bench. He's got 7, helping spark Roseburg back into this one, trailing by 11. Bryan will get it for Sheldon. Into the corner for Cockler. Back out to the top as they revert course to the other side of the floor. Graziano with it. Out to Layton at the top. 4.5 to go here in the ball game. Far side, Bryant driving in. Reverts it back out. Frey bounce pass to Layton. Near side. Nearly stolen by Mendoza. Graziano gets it. He'll revert it out. As the Irish being cautious with their offense. Not forcing anything. Bryant has it. On the right wing, back out to the top. Frey takes it to the left side. Couple of dribble, hands it off to Graziano. Layton gets it. Will take it right side, hands it off to Cockler. Cockler driving to the free throw line, pass it out to the top. They just continue to run through the offense. They've run nearly 30 seconds or more off of this one. Pass out, Graziano to Cockler. Sheldon's not looking to take a shot. They've had a couple of chances at a 3 that they seemed like they would have pulled the trigger on before, but they're not doing it here. They're taking the time down. Roseburg looking for a steal, under 4 minutes to go in this one, trailing by 11. They've started to heat up, but it comes just a little too late. Hopefully not too late, though, is a shot by Layton, a late whistle on the defense by Roseburg. Luke Layton is going to head to the free throw line. He is 2 for 2 from the stripe, and he will try to help keep this lead stay at double figures here for the Sheldon Irish. Layton's first free throw over the front iron and rattles its way through. 3 of 3 from the stripe. Ben Pike will come in for Carson 6. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Sorman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Dr. Lance and Randall. Call them at 541-378-6694. Both free throws go through for Luke Layton, the big man, with 4 for 4 from the stripe. He's got 10 in the ball game. 3:33 to go in the contest, 58-45. Roseburg down by 13 again. Out to the top to Pike. Jab step left. Back out to Marsters for a 3. And Colton Marsters hits his second 3 of the game. And a quick timeout taken by Roseburg. We're down to a 10-point game on that three-pointer. Roseburg with the timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back after this on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Well, Roseburg's back within 10 points, 58-48. They have outscored Sheldon here in the fourth quarter, 15-6. But they got a lot of work to do here with still 3:19 to go. Some conversations being had. I think they got to wipe up some sweat on the floor for Sheldon after their timeout, I guess, maybe from the huddle. They got some sweat, some moisture on the floor that they got to clean up here. While we've got a break in the action, remind you that Roseburg High Sports is brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. $20 seconds to go in that playoff game between the Titans and the Bengals. Still tied at 16. It looks like Ryan Tannehill might have thrown a third interception on that drive to possibly win the game. And it now looks like the Titans could be facing the Bengals, knocking them out of the playoffs on a game-winning field goal. And that is tough to swallow there. All right, they're good to go. Got the thumbs up from the official. Roseburg will be in some full court pressure. Sheldon with the basketball inbounding from full side of the floor. Going with the three-man weave to get it out of the back court. Derek Frey gets it to Graziano as they are in the half court. Pike fighting against Layton to try and get that steal. Couldn't do it. Roseburg working to get the steal here. It's down to about 3 minutes to go, trailing by 10. Graziano, one-handed pass near side to Cockler. Cockler, left side, gets it to Frey. Sheldon running it through their offense. Roseburg got a lot of fouls to go as the pass into the middle. Saved back in by Layton as it got off of his fingertips. He couldn't control it. Roseburg up the floor. Marsters will lay it in, and Roseburg's within 8. 58-50, Roseburg making a push. 2.5 to go. Pass to the far side. Frey, catch and pass to Graziano. At the top, Graziano, right side, Cockler. Thought about an open three, but he didn't want to take it. Sheldon not trying to force up any shots that aren't necessary, but their patience has led to turnovers. They've been wearing time off the clock, though. Pike gets it on the near side. Out to the top to Frey. Roseburg may have to consider fouling at some point. Baseline pass to Cockler. Cockler out to the top. Frey ended up on the ground after getting taken out after that pass. A three, no good. Frey comes up with the rebound. Back to Bryant for another three, and this time he gets it. That's a big bucket there for the Irish. Back to an 11-point game, 61-50, 1:46 and counting. Marsters drives right in, too strong on the lay-in attempt. And Sheldon will quickly get it into the half court. Wide open pass to Graziano. He doesn't even want to attack. They want to wear off the clock. And a foul now by Fullerton. Let's see, not even into the bonus yet. So Roseburg can't force free throws. They've got 14 fouls, few to go. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. So we'll go ahead and take it as well. Let's take a full timeout. Let's take 60 seconds here. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Joey Kieran with the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We're bringing you more local sports content as we change up our weekday sports lineup. We've got the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano, noon to 3 every weekday. And then from 4 to 6 is the James Crepia Show. More local sports talk here on Douglas County's home for sports, the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
1:27 to go in our ball game here. Roseburg down by 11. And the Cincinnati Bengals have just upset the number 1 seed in the AFC, the Tennessee Titans, 19-16. Cincinnati moving on, and my heart is broken. 11-point game, wide open, and a block shot at the rim by Mendoza as Cockler had gotten wide open, had a lay-in. Roseburg scrambling to get it. They'll get the ball. Out in front goes Marsters. He throws down the one-handed jam. And Roseburg in the scramble will get 2 out of that. I don't know how that shot Marsters, or how Cockler, man, he seemed like he had an easy lay-in going there. 61-52, Roseburg within 9. Double team, trying to get the open man. Cockler this time, he will lay it in as he got free. And 63-52, 11-point game, 50 seconds to go, and Roseburg might be out of reach. Mitchin, too little, too late, trying to bully his way in. Olsen gets it to Pike. He puts one up from 10 feet. Pike's shot no good, and this is going to pretty much do it here. 63-52, 36 seconds. Roseburg still pressing. Fullerton to the ground with Cockler. And a whistle there. 15 foul against Roseburg. And out of the inbound, an easy lay-in for Luke Layton. And Layton's going to pretty much put this one on ice with that 2. 13-point game and a whistle before Marsters gets to the rim. 20 seconds to go. Marsters going to get a chance at free throws here. 20.3 seconds to go. 65-52 your score. Marsters gets the first. Second one goes through. Whistle, travel in the backcourt. Still an 11-point game despite the turnover. Roseburg will take another full timeout, so let's go ahead and take another 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Out of the Roseburg timeout, it is Roseburg basketball. Olsen with it. Gets it to Fullerton on a deep 3. Left iron no good. Olsen tries to tip the rebound around. It bounces, stays with Roseburg. It is an 11-point game. Olsen, catch and shoot on the 3 with 10 seconds. A foul on the shot, and Danil Olsen's going to head to the free throw line with 8.1. Olsen for his 3 free throws, hits the first. Well, Roseburg making a go of it here in the fourth quarter, but it's going to probably wind up a little too late. as Olsen hits the second. Gets it down to a 9-point game. Can make it an 8-point game. Hadn't been that close since the first half, or first quarter. He won't. Rebound tipped around. Last touch by Sheldon. So it's a 9-point game. Roseburg with the basketball. And 5.7 on the clock. Inbound goes to Olsen. He'll square up the three. He misses everything. And 1.1 to go. They got to give him credit for fighting to get back this close. Sheldon just needing to inbound with 1.1 second. There it is. And there is your final. Final score 65-56. Sheldon Irish will get the win for their first in conference play. Roseburg will fall to 0-1 in conference. We'll come back with the postgame show after a 2-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
Well, we welcome you back here to Sheldon High School. They clear things out here quick. We'll go ahead and make it a quick post-game show, and then we will get you on your way to some NFL football coming up here this evening as we'll bring you the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Joey Kieran here with you. Roseburg basketball. We'll also have our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game to announce here in just a little bit, so stick around for that. Final score 65-56. Sheldon Irish pull off a sweep here at home against the Roseburg Indians here today as Roseburg begins Southwest Conference play with a couple of losses, unfortunately. Well, it was Sheldon early. They built the lead that Roseburg just couldn't dig out of. 22-7 the score at the end of the first quarter. Roseburg down by 14, make it 15 at that point in time. They were down at 15 at the halftime, 33-11. After that first period, Roseburg equal with Sheldon in the second quarter. They were down by 4 against Sheldon in the third quarter, but then they outscored them by 10 in the fourth quarter. So really that first quarter, the big difference as Roseburg builds a 15-point hole they were unable to find their way out of. That is kind of the big difference in this one here today. And Roseburg, strong finish, just not quite enough in time. Taking a look at some of the number, three-point shooting outstanding for the Irish in this one. They've got, let's see here, 12 three-pointers made in this ball game for Sheldon. really strong first half as they got to I believe 8 in the first half of this ballgame, make it 7 in the first half of this one, and then making 5 there, 6 in the second half, I believe is what I said. 12? No, so 5 in the second half. Needless to say, they were on fire from long distance. Really did a good job there. From the free throw line for the Sheldon Irish, they were 5 of 6. Roseburg finished with 4 3-pointers in this one. At the free throw line, they got there a few more times. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe 12. 12 for 21 from the free throw line for Roseburg in this ball game, so some points that missed out there. They end up losing by 9. They trailed by as many as 22 in this game, and finally got it back down to single digits in the final 3 minutes of the ball game. Good effort to really chip away at things in the fourth quarter. 23 points in the fourth quarter, but just not enough. Looking at individual scoring in this one, for the Roseburg Indians, leading the way with 19 points is Colton Marsters, just shy of his season high. Behind him, nobody else in double figures. 9 points for Micah Mendoza. He had 9 points for Danil Olson, 7 points for Hunter Fullerton off the bench. He was a big spark there. 2 points for Carson Six, 3 points for Boston Williams, 2 for Ben Pike, 2 for Jace Wilder. And those are your scores for Roseburg. On the other side for the Sheldon Irish, leading the way with 13 points is Landon Bryant and Owen Kramer. Kramer coming off the bench to score his 13, made 3 3-pointers in this one. And Landon Bryant making 3 as well. 12 points for Luke Layton, scoring 10 of those in the second half. He had 9 points for Rocco Graziano on 3 made 3-pointers. Nate Kokeler with 8 points. 5 points for Derek Frey. 5 points for Zach Stapleton. And that is your scores here today for the Roseburg Indians. Well, I think I'm one of 3 people left in the building, so we should probably go ahead and start wrapping things up here for you. For the Roseburg Indians, your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for today's contest. I'm going to give it to Hunter Fullerton, who comes in that fourth quarter, puts up 7 points, played some tough defense. He missed just 1 shot as he came off the bench. And Hunter Fullerton going to be your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Nice spark that Roseburg needed in the final period. And he helped Roseburg get back into this one and make it a game, but unfortunately not quite enough. And that is pretty much going to wrap it up here for us, folks. The Roseburg girls in the opener of our broadcast today, falling against Sheldon by a score of 56-18. And here in the boys' game, the Sheldon Irish win 65-56. Coming up next for both Roseburg boys and girls will be a Saturday affair against South Eugene 1 week from today. Those are home games for Roseburg. We'll have that doubleheader for you here on The Score. So tune in to catch Roseburg boys and girls basketball next Saturday. Same timing, 1:15 for the pregame of the girls game, and then we'll have the girls at 1:30, the boys at 3 o'clock. And that'll be your Saturday afternoon coming up next week against South Eugene at home. And as for our programming here on The Score, coming up next, we're going to have coverage of NFL playoff football. The Packers and the Niners getting ready to kick off at 5:15. We'll have that game for you here on The Score in just a moment. Want to say thanks to the Sheldon Irish for hosting us here today, and really appreciate all the hospitality that they gave us. Want to say thanks to head coach Jordan Humphrey, athletic director Russ Bowl, and the entire also head coach Chad Smith. I got to remember, I did 2 games today. Chad Smith, head coach for the girls as well, athletic director Russ Bolin, and the entire basketball programs at Roseburg High School for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Jazz and Mark, and I believe it was Landon that helped out running the video camera for us today from the JV team for Roseburg. Thanks to Logan Bishop back in the studio running the radio production for us today. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We've got NFL football coming up next after the quick post-game or a quick wrap-up here with the close, and then we'll take you to NFL football. So stick around, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next Saturday when Roseburg hosts South Eugene for boys and girls varsity matchups right here on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.